Tonight it's the Andover Huskies, 3-3, taking on the Champlin Park Rebels, coming in with a mark of 4-1. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Jim Childs. And Jim, we should see a challenging and a high-intense game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rebels come in with a high-flying offense. They've got over 5 goals a game, and they've got a good defense, too, only giving up 13 goals this season. The Huskies, on the other hand, have run an unbelievably tough schedule, but they'll be up for the challenge tonight.
I expect the Huskies to do some puck hunting, considering they have had 1 goal in the last 2 games.
Yes, and they'll find that tonight. Their top line is so good between Cooper Conway, Caden Casey, and Gavin Thorson. They'll find their way. They'll have plenty of chances tonight.
Coming your way in just moments, the Andover Huskies taking on the Champlin Park Rebels on this QCTV sports presentation.
Back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Scores on the deflection. The Andover Huskies win their first state championship. Good evening and welcome on this QCTV sports presentation. Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs, and this is Andover Husky hockey as they travel to take on the Champlin Park Rebels, as we are going to get ready to hear the national anthem. Rebels come in with a mark of 4-1. Meanwhile, the Huskies, very uncharacteristic. They have lost their last 2, scored just 1 goal in their last 2 games. And meanwhile, special units, Jim, are going to be there. That's going to be a key component tonight.
Yeah, and you're right. Both teams have struggled a little bit on the power play earlier this season. Huskies only at 4% right now, and on their power play, the Rebels only at 10%. Both penalty kills have struggled a little bit, and both in the low 70s as far as their kill, which means that 3 out of every 10 spots are getting through. So good thing is it's early in the season. We have a lot of time left, and both squads are ready to go. One thing that was really interesting, the Champlin Park Rebels absolutely averaging over 50 shots a game right now, which is huge. So Bo Altman, the goalie for the Huskies, will have to be up for the task tonight.
A quick look at the starters for the Champlin Park Rebels. It's going to be Averwald starting off on the left wing, along with Jordan Ron, the leading goal getter so far this season for the Rebels, centering Evan Williams. Also at the right wing, followed by Warren and Bellison. Meanwhile, in goal, it's going to be Corin New. Corin New comes in with the goals against of 2.33 for the Rebels. We are getting ready to drop the puck. The Huskies in the black and gold uniforms. They'll be moving left to right here in the opening period. And, of course, the Rebels, who have come off a nice win, powerful win, 9-2 over Coon Rapids in the white, moving right to left behind quickly, trying to move the puck along and up ice. The Huskies defensively. Chow the bank, pinching in here. Peterson holds it now down below. Bernavec skates to the front of the net for the Rebels, but it's Thorson who skates out of his own end. A long lead pass, cross ice, put on the stick and just off there of Casey. Casey tries to get at it. Casey out for a couple of games here. And good to see him get his legs back. Casey lifts one. Deflected there near the shot from the dot of the face-off circle. Back it goes now to Pardo. Pardo sends it right on, whistling it over top of the crossbar. I don't know if New couldn't see that, but he waved his glove at it, unable to pull it off. The deflection hit the end boards. Williams circles now for the Rebels, comes in full head of stream. A Whistler put on and a glove save and shielded to the midsection of the Altman, Bo Altman in goal.
Yeah, nice shot as they were in a change, and you could see right there with Drew Bellinson coming in and just rifling shot right in. Good offensive opportunity here in the zone of the Huskies.
Face off now just to the right, moving in. Olsen controls, holds the zone for the Rebels. The Rebels work it down below. Now it deflects off the end boards and comes out to the front, and Altman is all over that one. Altman, the starting goalie tonight for the Huskies, comes in with the goals against of 2.33 and a save percentage, an impressive one at .930.
Yeah, and really had a rough start, his first start, but has really turned it on.
Whistler off the face-off. Farr misses the net there, forcing Olsen back to his own end of the ice. He'll try to navigate his way up the deflection. Now here comes the Rebels from their own end. They can't get it beyond center ice, just a bit on, and the Huskies try to redirect it through the neutral zone. Now here come the Huskies full head. Perry has it, takes a shot on the deflection, looking to get the backdoor rebound. Unable to convert was Andover, but not because of a lack of effort. You saw KJ Sauer with that opportunity.
Yeah, golden opportunity for the Huskies there. That was a bouncing puck that just hopped the stick of Sauer.
One of the players for the Huskies that some of the coaches had spoken well of. He's played well here as a freshman. KJ Sauer, 6'3", 175 freshman, comes in with 1 goal, 2 assists. Face-off will take place just to the right of Newell of the Champlin Park goal. Face-off controlled, and it's a shot ricocheted, deflected, everyone looking for it. It just disappeared momentarily. Now it's on the stick of the Rebels, and they try to work it out of their own end. Back, picking it up defensively, losing an edge. Time was Pardo. He quickly gets back up, but chasing in to pinch in from the near point. You get a look there at Ellison. Rebels again put up a 9 spot against Coon Rapids their last time out. Thorson carries in. Whistled for the offside. Barely heard that whistle. But 14:44 to go here in this first period in Andover. And the Rebels are knotted up 0-0.
Yeah, we got a penalty, actually. A penalty will come I believe that was to the Rebels.
Thorson looks like he's going to get
it was a trip that came up. So,
well, to give the Rebels a chance to improve on their power play. They're 2 of 19 on the power play this season. As you mentioned, Jim, earlier, at 10% proficiency on that power play. Faceoff will come just to the right of the Husky goal, getting ready to dig in here. And man advantage, Ron has it there. Holding near point, Williams skates in, drops it just inside the blue line, back into Ron. Ron takes this rush there and just wide of the mark there, unable to connect. Holding the zone at the far point. Now it deflects right on goal, and Altman does a good job of plopping on that puck and freezing.
Yeah, you mentioned it's tough to hear a whistle. The Champlin Park side is packed, and that's what happens when you become the hunted as the Huskies defending their state championship. And a big crowd here as people want to see this state championship team.
Also, the Rebels having a fine start to their season, 4-1. They've outscored opponents 27-13 to begin these first 5 games. Trying to connect on a tic-tac-toe. They got to the tic-tac and a no over top of the goal there. Still controlled by the Rebels. Williams gets it inside. Now Rister makes it all the way through. Good focus that time by Altman. A lot of skates, a lot of sticks in front, but he was able to freeze the puck.
Yeah, Stringfellow with a nice defensive play to be able to kind of put a little change up into that pass that was right out front looking for Carlson.
This face-off will now come just to the left of the Andover goal. Huskies also looking to improve on their penalty kill. They come in with a percentage on that penalty kill of just 73%. Behind Ron there, he tries to pick it up and get something going. Again, Jordan Ron, the captain, also the leading goal scorer so far this season with 7. This one's lofted here to the corner. Williams controls. Bringing it all the way back, forcing it back, and Bellis had to go in. Now getting a good run just across the blue line, gaining the line, but not for long as the Huskies promptly dispense it length of the ice. Rebels move it right back out again. We got a penalty that will be whistled, and we're going to get a slash.
I believe it's on Ben Dahl. He took a whack at a stick, trying to get away. It knocked out the stick. I think we'll see Ben Dahl go to the box for 38 seconds, a 2-man advantage.
That gets Coach Mark Manny a chance to have a little subtle conversation, I'm guessing, with the official on that call.
Subtle.
It will be on Dahl. Good eyes, Jim, on that call, and this will give the Rebels a 2-man advantage for the next 38 seconds. Opening period, no score between these two powerful squads. Some major scoring juice for both of these teams. Lone loss for the Rebels this year has come to Woodbury. Face off now just to the left of Altman in goal for the Huskies. Casey ready to dig in against Ron. Into the corner, puck deflects. A 2-man advantage in that diamond formation on the penalty kill right now. The Huskies, they're moving it down. One-timer hits traffic in front. I think he hit his own teammate. Trying to look like it hit Williams. Kicking it back is Ron. Ron sets it up. Shot from inside the dot. The face on the save made. Deflected, nicely done there. Now a chance on a shorty attempt, and that floats all the way back as Casey was looking to pick up a shorty opportunity, but it made its way all the way back to New. New now brings it up and now into the zone, gaining it there are the Rebels. Aberweld has it, and now defense here. Here's a shorty attempt. A chance now for Thorson. Tries to put it away just out of the penalty box. That's diffused. Good opportunity, and the puck hits one of the Champlin Park Rebel players.
Now, how often do we see this, Joe, where a penalty expires and it lands right on the stick of the penalty expired penalty killer and goes right on it just off the stick of New.
Well, if you're going to be a goal scorer like Gavin Thorson, he has 50 career goals. You always have that mindset, right? That the puck's going to be near me, or I'm going to go get it. Stringfellow off the faceoff sends it behind. Still a buck remaining on the power play here for the Rebels. That was about a 40-second 2-man advantage for Champlin Park. They could not convert, but they'll try here as they send it in along the board. Bernovic did that. Now trying to ring it back out. Successfully done by Andover. Forcing him back. Thorson is going to be first there. Look at the speed. He gets there first on the pass around. Tries to center on the backside, and a shot just muffled. Didn't quite get everything. And back will come the Rebels. I will tell you, sometimes the Huskies, they look like they have the power play when they're on that penalty kill, as Casey and Thorson try to capitalize there.
Yeah, Thorson by far one of the best penalty killers probably in the state, and he showed why there.
Pure speed jumping in, trying to disrupt. Nice job. And there by Perry, but skating in, Blodgett fakes the shot, takes it around. Now sets up a nice pass in front, unable to get the stick down and take advantage of that pass. Were the Rebels, and that was Bernovic. Back at full strength. Oh, this just in. We got a whistle.
And visiting tonight from the University of Minnesota, the Golden Gopher. He even took time to get a picture taken with us earlier.
Yes, I'd be checking your car tires, Jim, if I were you, being an Iowa Hawkeye fan.
Yes.
As he flashed the little logo while Goldie was with us, and he never seen that look of evil from Goldie before.
Excellent. Good to see him. He's done a great job with the.
Back in now. Here come the Rebels to the corner. Carlson moved off the puck. Andover tries to start it back up again. Again, they're back at full strength. Successful penalty kills, 2 here in the first period. Scrambling forward and trying to hold the zone are the Rebels. They do at the far point. They send it back behind the end board, behind the goal. in front, along, deflected there, looking for the puck. It's still loose, and they whistle it dead. They lost sight of the puck as it came off the pads of Altman and came out about a foot or two in front of.
Fortunate for the Huskies that it was blown dead, as it was right out in front, and it was blocked. Altman had blocked the view of the official, and blown dead. Back at full strength.
10:54 remaining first period. Thanks for joining us tonight on this QCTV sports presentation. Champlin Park Rebels 4-1 and the Andover Huskies 3-3. The Huskies have dropped their last two. In fact, been outscored 6-1 in those two games. The lone goal for the Huskies in those last two games have come the way of Thorson. May picks it up defensively, steers it in, seals off the defender after a collision. Now the Rebels keep digging at it, trying to bring it out front, deflects now back to the near side. Warren's going to lift one here on a wrister on the loose puck in front, trying to cash in that change. Unable to do so was Lang and the Rebels, and the Huskies will get a face-off just to the left of their goal.
Well, impressive that all three lines for the Rebels have come out flying and created good opportunities, not only on that power play, but also five on even strength. They've been able to really hold the puck.
Get a look at Bo Altman, comes into the mark of 2-1. His lone loss came to Rogers last week, a game in which he made 29 of 31 saves. Far point. Sent back behind now, trying to get there first and commandeer it out is Cogswell. Cogswell and collides there with the back of the cage. Unable to clear. Holding a quick wrister off the crossbar. That hits some metal, and you saw it deflect high in the air, but back on the transition. Here comes Conway back. Conway explodes, lifts one over the top of the net, and tries to be first to the puck behind the net. He is disrupted there to the corner as Casey comes over to help out, and they put it right on the stick of Thorson. Thorson tried to get it back to Casey, deflects off the skate of the Rebels, and now he'll carry in. Moving it in, scaring in, now looks this wrap around on the backhand, deflection in front. It looked like it might have been a goal, but no goal. Let's keep playing. Conway again, and this shot from May. Tried to slither and find its way through. It didn't. It's deflected to the near quarter. 9:25 to go here in this first period. Able to clear the zone, send it back through the neutral zone, and just beyond the red line, and May carries it back in here for Andover. Looking it to the corner, Conway once again has it there. Cooper Conway, 5 goals, 2 assists, tied with Thorson for the team lead in goals scored. Pinching in here is Sauer, has it roll off of his stick, and Blodgett comes in. Blodgett whistles this one over the top of the net. On the far side is Williams to hold the zone and bring it back behind. Moving it up from behind is Cogswell, now to Sauer. Sauer gains the line, sets in, looks for the pass, reverses ice at half wall, and now back to the corner. Trying to find some avenues and emotion there, but it's the Rebels and Aberwald. They tangle up Huskies, that number 1 line back on now for the Rebels. Navigating through the defense and beyond just the blue line, picking it up from the dot of that face-off just to the left face-off circle, and now it rolls off the stick, and back will come the Rebels. Aberwald tries to bring in, he tries to make it through, neither he or the puck did on the bracketed defense there by the Huskies. Just inside the blue line, turning, firing, Sullivan ends up behind the net, and he was in front of the red line. I don't know if they thought he was behind it. No, they're going to call a roughing penalty.
Yeah. And
this will give the Huskies a chance to dial it up, as they've been looking for that opportunity. And you know, the more times that you speak of it, it seems like the more time it feels more pressure there. 1 of 25 on the power play so far this season.
Yeah, Cohen knew right there. The the Rebels goalie, 3 wins, no losses, .894 save percentage. He's done a nice job tonight.
Penalty on Aberwald for roughing. 2 minutes for roughing. Under 8 to go here in this first period. The Huskies get a chance to put their power play on display here tonight. Thorson skates in, gains the line, now explodes behind the net. Still looking, dishes it to the far point. Now the near side. Casey sets up camp. Casey in front, hits the defense on the skates. Thorsen's going to get a good look. No one's picking him up, and he wrist one over the top to the side. Missed the net. A lot of traffic in front of New. To the corner. You get a chance now. A look, trying to do a weave, reversing ice, back to Thorsen. Thorsen now to Casey with a wrister. Deflection off the end. Bourne comes to the side, and May couldn't get over there quick enough to try to hit that backdoor goal. May comes over to pinch in and try to help out. Champlin Park will get there first, and they will in fact carry it out and send this length of the ice. That was Peterson.
Yeah, you'll see Stringfell, one of the defensemen, who will be up right in front of New. He'll take position right in front of the goal.
Pass right on the stick of Thorsen. He's always dangerous. Tries a backhand there. Backside of a shot, and the save is made. Coming in and crunching in, trying to kill that is Belisle. Back down low. Here's Thorsen. He takes a wrister. It hits the defender in front, trying to settle the puck just inside the blue line. Well done there by Casey. Casey sends it to Thorsen, top of the face-off circle. Now down low, crunching in to try to put a shot on, and that save is deflected. A couple of nice saves there by New, but the Huskies still have possession of the puck with 20 seconds on the man advantage. Casey to Thorsen, setting up traffic in front. Huskies have one of their players posted up in front for that traffic. The deflection there, and it's the brother New who picks it up there for Champlin Park to send it back length of the ice. That's Cooper New, twin brother, I believe, of the goalie.
Yeah, nice job by the Huskies. This has been a productive power play, even though it hasn't ended up in a goal. Good puck possession, and really something they can build on as they try to, jack up those numbers on the power play.
As I mentioned, 4% on that power play, one now for 26 on the season. As you just kind of get ready for those Huskies to hit that switch. Face off to the left of Altman. That far point hits traffic near that face-off dot. Doesn't get any farther than that, but tangling it up there is Sullivan. Good battle there. Disrupts the forward enough, and now Yell picks it up and tries to move it ahead. Disrupted there, but having to bring it out is Ron. Send it back. They'll refuel. That is the Rebels. At the blue line, Aberwald will send it in a ring along the net. Get a whistle stoppage here, as they're going to reset the net and take the face-off just to the right of the Husky goal. Shots on goal so far, 5-2 in favor of the Rebels.
Yeah, and I think that might be a little off. We saw a couple of nice saves during that power play, but the Huskies and the and both teams trying to match these lines. First line against the third line right now.
Now working it near side. Warren puts a shot on, but deflects behind. Bouncing puck again. Certainly a lot of activity in front of the Andover goal. Now the third penalty will be called on Andover. Warren is there. New is off the ice, and the extra attacker is on. By the time I got that out, Warren had taken the shot, and Altman froze the puck. 5:10 to go.
Yeah, Bendall heading off for another trip. Happened right in the corner, and got a slash earlier. So third penalty to the Huskies, and the second power play it was a continuous power play on that first one.
There you get a look, as you mentioned, Dahl. He missed the last couple of games, so trying to get his legs back here after missing those last couple. And also Caden Casey had missed some games. Off the face-off, controlled by Andover, and that will force the Rebels through the neutral zone and back in again as they need a reset. Carlson doing battle right at the blue line, deflected out, and Ron connects. Ron will gain the line here and set up. Moves it along. He had 2 goals and an assist in the win over Coon Rapids. Did Ron. Moving it back down again. Deflects just inside the blue line, cut it in. Williams puts a shot on, trying to gather the puck to snap a wrister by Altman, but just as he was ready to pull the trigger on the shot, the Huskies lifted the stick and sent it length of the ice. That is the puck 4 and change to go here in this first period. Still 1:05 to go on the man advantage. Here comes Casey, always dangerous, takes the shot. The defense knocks that down, and now Huskies are controlling on the penalty kill. Drop pass there. Oh, coming in and just missed that one as Conway came through. We have a penalty being issued on the Rebels. So the Huskies goalie is also this time on the bench. So just that pressure, Jim, that the Huskies can put on is amazing on a penalty kill, and it sometimes gets frustrating for opposing teams. And
and Jordan Ron, and you had both Casey and Thorson up there, and you had to take care of it. You were just in a spot. There's Goldie again, but Jordan Ron will hit the penalty box for a couple of minutes. It'll be even strength. They'll be 4-on-4 for the next 44 seconds, and minute and 16 penalty or power play for the Huskies.
Well, let's see who can take advantage of the extra ice. Back behind here and now working it up, trying to come out of their own end. That was Bernovic. Now on the stick and moving it up as Bellison into the corner. Again, this is the 4-on-4 now for the next 20 seconds. And then the Huskies will get the man advantage. That will be about a minute 15. Skating in Andover, steering around the defense. Now trying to jam it in between the post and the pad. The save is made. Good job by New. Casey gets it. Center ice circles. Now reverses ice just before heading to the blue line, trying to get an extra attacker on here. Now they have the power play, which is live for Andover. Still 1:05 to go on that man advantage. Casey sends this one on, gets the rebound out in front as New just kind of innocently put it in. And the Huskies had a chance on the Stringfellow opportunity there, point blank opportunity. Now looking for the big blast there. It hits and a save is made by New at 2:40 to go. First period. Even more importantly, 45 seconds on the man advantage for Andover. Thorson's coming in. A quick shot. Oh, flashing the leather. Hashtag FTL in goal for the Rebels. Cohen New with a flash glove save.
Yeah, that was a nice save. But he had a lot of vision. He had vision on the shots. And that's one thing. If the Huskies can get somebody out in front and kind of get that vision.
That was that first save. It was a kind of put on shot there by Casey to kind of get some more time, and almost a little too easy of a save. He put it right on the stick of the Huskies forward who almost jumped on it. 43 seconds left on this power play. Casey controls after the draw, takes it from the near side, and Thorson, his shot in front, deflects, still trying to find it. Way behind the goal are the Huskies, and that's sent through the neutral zone, running along the board. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the period. 20 left on the man advantage. Here comes Casey, engineering the man advantage. Flicks a backhand, a little too light, almost put it right on the stick, but a 2-on-1 emerges now in a shorthanded attempt. Deflected on the pass by Casey, goes to the corner, and Rebels will skate out the rest of this penalty. Both teams perfect on the penalty kill.
Yeah, which we kind of expected coming in. they're both struggling on it. I like that shot by Gavin Thorson just to get it on net, see if you can get a rebound.
Thorson now handles, takes to the corner, looks for that wraparound, now looks for a pass out in front. It's deflected, and here come the Rebels on the transition. A wrister here, and a hard shot from the top of the face-off circle. Shot was taken and secured. Some extracurricular activity behind the scene as Ron has the face mask of one of the Husky players. In fact, had the mask of Casey. And Ron he was just out of the box, and he's going right back in again. That's tough to see. The top goal scorer for the Rebels. Yeah, spend at least 4 minutes in the penalty box here in the first period.
See right here where they're kind of going back and forth and, you know, pulling that. You're going to get called every time. Just walk away. This is a big game for Champlin Park, and important.
Casey a little washing to the face with the glove there, but of course it's always the second one that gets caught.
Are they calling a penalty on Casey too? I didn't see anybody going to the box. Are they giving a 5-minute?
A 5-minute major issued. The only thing worse than another 2-minute penalty for your top goal scorer for the Rebels is this 5-minute major.
Yeah, that's
this could be that hit the switch moment for the Huskies if they can take advantage. The Huskies come in on the season, outscoring their opponents 20-17. Meanwhile, the Rebels really kind of tipping point this year has been that first period where they've outscored their opponents 6-1.
Yeah, so Jordan Ron in the box for that 5-minute major penalty. Huskies can score as many times as they want right now.
Yell controls. To the corner now, in the corner. Collides. That collision. A little different rotation look right now for the Huskies on this specialty unit. A deflection right on. Nicely played by New as he's got traffic all around. We have a minute left in this first period. Sauer controls, give and go, back up. Cogswell wants to take the shot. He does. Now the rebound off the end board. And boy, they had that played just almost perfectly as New will freeze that puck with the face-off in 54 seconds left in this first period. And 4:21 on the major.
Yeah, Macklin Yell really good out in front, right in front with New. Had a couple of spots where that one tip in there, he was just sitting waiting for that rebound. Love what the Huskies did with their cycling of the puck up top and then finally getting one on to New.
Sure, Coach Mark Manny has them moving that puck, wanting to rotate that puck around a little bit more. There's Casey, drops it for Thorson. Thorson now takes the shot. The save was made by New, and it deflects. Huskies will get there first. That's May Robinson. May kicks it to that far side. Back to Thorson, operating down low, hard off the stick of Sullivan. He couldn't control, and it goes right onto the stick of the Rebels defender. And he'll send it length of the ice with 25 seconds left in this first period. Huskies have the man advantage. And they'll have it as they continue their way into the second period. 15 seconds on the doorstep, trying to send it across ice. Another loose puck, and Thorson now has it at the half wall. 10 seconds left in this first. Casey dumps it in front, looks for a deflection, trying to come back out to center, and New plops on top of that one for another splendid save.
Yeah, New is on the mark tonight. He's good lateral movement. Stringfellow trying to get a couple of deflections off the shot from the point.
Just anything, was any deflection.
Yep.
And none to be had. There's still 3:33 to go in the major, so we return for the second period. The Huskies will begin with that man advantage. May's going to get one more shot, going down to block that. Well, it's a Champlin Park defender. Nice job by Bernavec. And we have come to the end of one complete period, and it's a pretty stubborn game so far. Both teams shutting it down, but have had plenty of opportunities on the power play, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had a chance to talk with Coach Manny before the game, and really had a chance to kind of sum up the season and kind of find out what his plan is for tonight. So let's take a look at Coach Manny and Joe.
Head coach Mark Manny of the Andover Huskies. And coach, off to a 3-3 start, but you've had some tough competition this season.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the top-ranked teams already, and we knew that coming into the year. Told some guys this summer we might start out 2-5 and be playing very well. And when you see a good team night in, night out, you're going to win some and you're going to take some lumps too. So the season's all about getting better so that you can win games in March, and that's the attitude we're taking.
We've had last couple of games missing your top two centers, and that makes room for some other players perhaps to step up.
Yeah, and we've played like 14 or 15 forwards already, and getting a look at some guys under adverse situations. So that'll only benefit us down the road.
If you're going to take losses, you always kind of develop and learn from those, but it's best to take them this part of the season than a little later on it. Meanwhile, you also have some goaltending that seems like it's been an improvement as well.
Yeah, Bo Altman and Cal Conway have been great for us so far this year, and we expected that, I guess, deep down. So we're looking forward to that continuing. It gives the guys a lot of confidence knowing if one of them's not on their game, we have another one there. So we like what we've seen so far.
Good. What do you say to the guys? I know it's an anomaly, one goal in the last two games to get them sparked up.
Well, you don't have to say anything to get these guys going. They know where they're at, and they're hungry right now. And after tonight, we see Wayzata on Saturday, who's number 1 or 2, and then we have a big game up in Duluth on Tuesday, and then we're back with Benilde and Hill Murray. So the game's not going to get easier, so we just have to dig a little deeper.
Good. And what do you expect tonight from Champlin Park? A team off to a 4-1 start.
Yeah, well, they last 3 games in a row, they've had 60 shots on net, so I expect they're going to be, working hard offensively and probably defending well. And it's youth night over here and a teddy bear toss, and I think it's one of those where we'll have to withstand an early surge, find our footing, then maybe get into our game.
Coach Mark, good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. Joe Rulin along with head coach Mark Manny of the Andover Huskies.
Welcome to Tot Time. Hi, my name is Cindy Ramsier, and I'm the program coordinator at the Andover Community Center. Today, you're here at the Community Center during Tot Time Open Gym. It's an indoor playtime for youth ages 6 and under and their caregivers. We meet most Mondays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 11:30 in Court 4 at the Andover Community Center. Admission is $5 per child.
Yes, definitely hot. How about a beach day? We're out here for Tot Time. We've teamed up with the Community Center. We created a program called Sparky's Sirens and Safety. It gives us the chance to come out here, talk to the younger kids who aren't in school yet. They become familiar with us. We change it up every month. We have some games that we bring. This one is hot or not, so they have to match things. Little cutouts that we made just to get some fire safety messages. We brought some cutouts and stuff for photos, some little giveaways for them. They can kind of explore. When they're comfortable, they kind of approach us and see if they want to partake. But it's important for us to be out here so they can start getting familiar with us. At this age, they're kind of intimidated by us, and it's a little bit scary for them. So.
The Andover Community Center first started offering Tot Time in 2006. To date, we've received over 25,000 visits from young children coming to play indoors at Tot Time Open Gym. This is our 16th year offering the program. Join us at the Andover YMCA Community Center. For more information about Tot Time, visit our website at www.andovermn.gov and click on the word Community Center and go to the Tot Time page.
Introducing Mrs. Ice Cream and Soda Pop Shop. Located in Ramsey, Minnesota, just off of Bunker and St. Francis Boulevard, Mrs. brings a new retro ice cream parlor experience to the Anoka-Ramsey area. I was able to catch up with the owners Ethan and Jess Pratt, the same owners who brought Ambi Wine Bar to downtown Anoka, to learn more about their story and goals with their new business venture.
When we opened Ambi Wine Bar, we wanted to create a one-of-a-kind, just unique experience that really focused on the ambiance. Over the last year and a half, we welcomed the birth of our daughter, Isabel, last summer 2021, and with her birth we wanted to continue to extend what we were doing with Ambi, but focus on new moments, more moments that were centered around family, places that we could take our daughter. And with that came the creation of Mrs. Ice Cream and Soda Pop Shop.
We'd like to think that we offer a different type of experience here. We like to incentivize people staying and enjoying the ambiance. So one of the questions that we'll ask you when you come in to order is if you would like it for here or to go. And if you say for here, we'll put it in a lovely glass dish or cup for you. And it really just kind of helps with the whole experience, tying it all together. It's part of great moments. So if you are having a glass like this, you're gonna feel that you can stay a little bit longer. We're designing the dining floor for that experience. Just really slow down, take your time. We don't want anybody to feel rushed, and having a stay glass item is part of that, as opposed to just a paper cup that typically people are used to getting in other ice cream shops.
As soon as you walk into Mrs. for the first time, you'll see just how inviting it is to stay, enjoy the moment, and the 1950s atmosphere.
With this space, we've been looking to really focus on the experience. As you can see behind me, we've got an old retro dining car where it feels more like your classic 1950s diner. And in that space, we're looking to host events, and so we'll be adding events to our event calendar now that we've passed our grand opening. And within that, we'll be exploring things like movies for large groups, potentially reserving the space for larger groups, and allowing people to entertain groups as they see best fit.
But of course, the main attraction is the ice cream and soda. And much like Ambi Wine Bar, the options are plentiful with different combinations of ice cream, cookies, and soda to enjoy together. It would be hard not to try something different each time you visit.
So right now on the line we have 12 options of premium hard scooped ice cream, and then we also offer 4 options of gelato, which is Italian ice cream. We're excited to see the trends that are coming in for what people are ordering. We had a lot of milkshakes be ordered, so that gives us incentive to maybe make those a little bit more specialty and fun. I'm personally really excited about our cookie sandwich line that we have. We have a fantastic one that is really surprising to people. It's a lemon cooler cookie with a blueberry cheesecake ice cream, and so it's just different. It goes outside of that classic, cookie, chocolate chip cookie dough with just vanilla ice cream. So kind of, pushing those boundaries of all the possibilities, but yet we can still leave the imagination for them to create their own too.
What we try to do is have about 12 to 15 or so ice cream and soda pops both on the list, and the thought is to make it fun, playful, and drive discovery, just like with the wine bar, just like with Ambi Wine Bar. We're always trying to help people find their next favorite.
Hi. Can I get the Now Bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a Now Bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a Now Bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a Now Bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your car, right? Get down! Over your head! On the ground! Now!
Allison Griffith. I am the owner of Allison's Petite Pastries here in Ramsey, Minnesota. We have been open for 2 months now, and it's been going amazing thanks to the wonderful community of Ramsey. One of my specialty things that I have here are called petite gâteaux. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but it's a petite gâteau, so it means little cake in French. It is essentially a mousse element, something crunchy into it, a fruit element, a fruit curd, different elements like that create this thing. And what it is it's meant for like one person kind of thing. So with the petite, making things cute and tiny, but I also wanted to go for like the more individualized desserts. So behind me you can see all of the gorgeous petite gâteaux that I have. I kind of do a little play on different things, like there is like a brownie in there called Out of This World brownie. It's amazing. It's the best brownie. Double chocolate, layer of fudge, layer of ganache, and then my favorite little cosmic sprinkles on top too. So it's something familiar for the city and for people around here to kind of familiarize themselves with. And then I've got my cheesecake, which is like, I will die with that recipe. It's the best cheesecake. I can turn any person who does not like cheesecake, after they try mine, they're hooked. My dad is requesting this year a French silk pie for Christmas, so we will definitely be doing that. The cookie boxes will be back with the 2 different sizes. Great for company parties, great for just having all the neighbor kids out in your yard making a bunch of snowmen and then having some cookies for them as well. The nice thing about those is we'll have kind of, the macaroons in there too for a nice gluten-free option as well. We'll have kind of our classic pack. Obviously my favorite Linzer cookies will be in there as well too. We'll just have kind of tons of stuff. We'll always have case cakes in there and cake pops that are themed. I literally can't wait to turn this bakery from Thanksgiving to Christmas in like a couple hours. So I'm very excited about that. The community has been absolutely incredible. I could not believe it. I literally, the days leading up to grand opening day, I was like, nobody's gonna show up. Nobody's gonna show up. They don't know who I am. It was absolutely incredible. Every time I popped my head up here looking, I got tears in my eyes because I was like, I can't believe this many people want to come and support me, and it's been insane. They've supported me at my house. They've supported me since I've opened. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from the community saying that they just love having a bakery in their town, and that's all I wanted to do ever since I was a kid, was to bring the first bakery to my hometown. And with Ramsey, they've been so awesome and so supportive and so just 10 out of 10 of a community. I couldn't have asked for a better community. There's no other city I'd want to put them in.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Anoka County Brotherhood Council, also known as ACBC Food Shelf, is a community-based organization located in Anoka County, serving over 10,000 families per year. We have been providing our neighbors with food, clothing, and resources for over 50 years. Providing food to the community is our largest program, and we do this through a food shelf, a grocery delivery program for those who are homebound, and special food distributions available throughout the year. We value our participants' time and have appointments available online and by phone to ensure quick services, making it easier for those with tight schedules and transportation difficulties. The experience of the shopper is important to us, and we take great care in making sure our food shelf market is well stocked, especially with fresh and healthy food items, which can be more expensive for those on tight budgets. We want our space to feel like a grocery store, and we want our shoppers to feel they are cared for. When someone visits us, they will also have access to our family advocate who can provide assistance in navigation with other resources and partnerships. We also have a clothing closet which has clothing and household items for the entire family, a birthday bag program where parents can select age-appropriate theme bags for children up to age 18, And for low-income adults ages 60 plus, we are the only food shelf in Minnesota selected as a CSFP food provider, providing the opportunity for extra food items and nutrition education. We are blessed to be in such a great community that supports our work with volunteers, food donations, cash donations, and just sharing our message. We thank you for your support.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Welcome back to the Champlin Park Ice Forum, and Huskies and the Rebels are at zeros, but we're going to get ready to start the second period. But taking a look at the numbers that transpired here in that first period, as a very competitive first period, and both teams were had plenty of opportunities. There's goalie the Gopher, who's had the opportunity, and I think did take my car keys. Meanwhile, first period goals, nothing put up yet. Just yet, they'll break that goose egg. I have a hunch it's going to be hit to switch second period. Meanwhile, shots on goal, 9-8 in favor there of the Rebels. Penalties, that's a key number there. 3 penalties, both teams, as you can see, were 0 for 3 on the power play. And again, key opportunity here, and that's kind of what we talked about at the start of the game, is cashing in on those power plays, and neither team has been very successful this season.
Yeah, so, and actually, Andover's only 0 for 2 because they still had, they're coming into a power play, a major power play to Jordan Ron, who there's 3 minutes and 27 seconds still left in it. Beginning of the period, the Rebels absolutely really took control of the good offensive puck possession within the offensive zone, and had some nice shots on goal. And take a look at some of the highlights, Joe.
It was scoring opportunities, in fact, and taking a look here in that first period, as the Rebels came out like they were shot out of the can, and they have outscored their opponents 6-1 in that first period. You can see why. Some opportunities there. There's one that hopped a stick of Husky players, where he had a chance on some good pressure, but it's been flashing the leather and some stellar play between the pipes here for both of these goalies. And you can see what caused this 5-minute major, that play right there by Ron. That's his second penalty. He had a 2-minute penalty earlier in this in that first period, and now there's still 3:27 remaining on that major. That's in fact what they call the 5-minute major, on that face mask and yanking it down on Casey that time. So anyway, it's still 3:27 to go on the major.
Yeah, not only
go ahead.
Yeah, not only does it create a power play for the Huskies, it takes your best scorer off the ice for 5 minutes, and now 7 minutes. So good opportunity for the Huskies to turn it on. The Rebels really are going to need to put some pressure on defensively.
Huskies will start on their specialty unit with Thorson again out there, as you might expect, along with Conway. Casey, as they move it in, Stringfellow as well is out there. Thorson controls it in the corner, out to the far point now, just inside the blue line. Casey has it, sends a shot on, looking to tip on the doorstep was Conway, but we're going to get a whistle to reset the goal. And still with 3:04 to go.
Yeah, nice in between periods, nice little Chuck the Teddy Bear and youth night here, and that's one of the reasons why that's such a great crowd on hand tonight.
Face-off comes just to the right of New, in the Rebels' goal. Just underway here in the second period. Face-off, Casey now controls inside the blue line, sends it over to Thorson, back to Casey. Casey puts it out in front to deflect it back out, and now beyond the blue line. Nice deflection there by New. Playing defensively, he gets the puck, brings it along the board, and the Huskies will refuel behind their own net in Casey. Caden Casey. 1 goal, 3 assists on the season. Started up ice, disrupted momentarily there by the Rebels, and Thorson Andover back. Still 2:30 to go on the major, as we are just 1 minute into the second period. No score between the Rebels and Andover. Deflected and hits the glove, does not go to the corner. Conway streaks back in to try to hold the zone. Now pinching in at the half wall, and another whistle.
And went up and hit the net, so they'll have a face-off right to the near side.
Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs, and hey, we got a chance to see at the first intermission teddy bear toss, and there was Goldie out there in the fray. A Kodak moment. Of course, I'm probably aging myself with that reference, and a picture they're taking. Good job, both teams. And we're back in play here, holding the zone. Corner now, the Huskies trying to work what they have left on this man advantage, and puck leaks out just beyond the blue line, and Belial sends it back, and way back, missing Cogswell, as Cogswell was cutting it back up ice. Sauer posting up right on the blue line. 1:40 to go on a man advantage, and Lang doing a good job of really just disrupting any momentum or flow. As the Huskies miss an entry pass in to Sauer, he circles back outside the blue line. Now Belial will try to hold the zone. He does. Nice job. Sends it to the corner. 1:25 to go on the man advantage. Into the corner, digging it out. Now it's Sauer away with it. Sauer backhands it to his teammates. Far side, far point now. Cogswell to Belial. Back to Cogswell. Cogswell takes this shot on the doorstep. Look at the chip, poke, prod at the puck. The loose puck now shimmies its way to the near corner. Huskies still in control. It's 1 minute to go on the man advantage. Thorson back in. Belial has it. So they mix it up a little bit on this specialty unit. Cutting it down to Thorson, unable to control, but he gets the carom and controls the puck. Now Belial just inside the blue line to the corner. Battling there and trying to keep that momentum rolling. Here's a wrister in front, and that taken by Cogswell. Deflected, and the save made by New, and he sends it all the way back on goal. One goaltender to the other, and Altman makes that save.
Yeah, nice job of the spacing on that diamond formation by the Rebels. Great, very good on the penalty kill so far.
At the blue line as they try to work their way out. Andover, and Conway has it moved off of his stick. Still at the neutral zone. Thorson gains entrance now to the guys that gains the line with just 13 seconds left on the man advantage. Looking for the deflection on the doorstop. Stringfellow that time trying to carom it off as it came off the inboards in front of the net, and they'll tie it up with a face-off. 9 seconds left on the man advantage at major.
Yeah, what a jump in the step of the Rebels if they can kill off this 5-minute major without any damage. New again, just not allowing rebounds out in front.
A rare Texas two-step you saw from New in goal as he had to quickly get his footwork back to that goal. Face-off controlled over the top of the net. A Whistler that time by May, misses the net. Huskies unable to control and carrying it out and rolling off the stick of Averwald for the Rebels, and back at full strength are the Rebels. Quickly wanted to get back onto the scene as Ron, as he was in the penalty box during that 5-minute major, and it's tough to have, as you mentioned, Jim, your top goal scorer sit idle in that penalty box. 13:20 to go, second period, no score between these two outstanding teams. The Rebels 4-1. Meanwhile, Andover, the Huskies 3-3.
We'll have a chance to see this top line on the ice for the Rebels for the first time in a long time, intact.
Simonson deflects it now to the corner. Rebels trying to work their way out from the corner and get an avenue out. So they can try to center. In front, there's the attempt trying to jam it between the pad and the post. Deflected after the initial save by Altman. Now it floats through the neutral zone, forcing the Rebels back in their own end of the ice. We're under 13 to play in second period here at the Ice Forum in Champlin Park. Champ to the corner there. Andover trying to get a spin and a flow going, and Ron digging at it just inside the blue line. Now Warren over skating at Andover at the blue line, and Aberwald now wristed around the boards to the near side. There's Ron. Williams goes behind the net to try to position things, and he's not going to receive the puck as it's at half wall. Huskies pinch in, try to disrupt it. Flutters near the goal, but not on. Caroms out there and sent back deep, that time by Anthony Pardo. Through the neutral zone, up ice, a long lead pass. We're going to get a whistle for icing with 12:05 to go in the second period. We were talking in intermissions, you know, the lone loss for Champlin Park has been the season 2 Woodbury. Meanwhile, the 3 losses for the Huskies have not come from exactly a lack of talents type of team.
No, you lost to Minnetonka, to Benilde St. Margaret and Rogers. All 3 probably top 5 teams. And, you know, the Huskies in all of them.
Stringfellow near side, sends it back down below. Sullivan trying to do some work there with Olsen. Olsen trying to get the advantage in the corner, and now it caroms off the wall, but not out. Sullivan holds the zone. Cates at it. Olsen shadows him to the corner. Sullivan regains control, now looks to center, trying to find the dish out in front, and we'll have another stoppage here as I think a stoppage for the goal setting. It's been pretty frequent.
Yeah, yep. That side, they need to replace some magnets. So
11:35, they'll reset. Face-off comes in the Rebels' end of the ice, just to the left of their goal. Cohen New, senior goalie, 3-0 so far this season, and the goals against of 2.33, doing well for the Rebels. Bringing it back, putting a charge, now trying to get an attack going on the Rebels, deflected by Stringwell, and Stringfellow gets there, but you know what? The deflection, they say, happened behind center ice, and that will initiate the ice.
Yeah, he just pushed it just a little bit too far. So a little back and forth after, you know, a lot of special teams action. Now playing even strength. Seems like the ice is a little bit more crowded.
Head coach for the Rebels, Tom Potter, and you had a chance to speak with him, Jim, and we'll hear that interview during the second intermission. He comes in with a career record for the Rebels at 62-40-2 for Potter. Point blank opportunity here, trying to lift it, and a save is made. Oh, coming up, Billy. Point blank opportunity and trying to lift that puck over Altman.
What a nice save by Altman. He's right in point blank range, and pass over, and Altman able to get that puck underneath to keep this a scoreless tie.
Face off to the right of Altman. Still scrambling, trying to get possession. They send a quick wrister, a sneaky wrister there. Unable to convert. That was Peterson with that attempt. Casey on the transition, has it poke checked away by Anderson. Anderson sends a backhand and hits the official. That holds the zone for Andover, but now it leaks beyond. And it's sent back in by Pardo. Pass out, Peterson. 2 good outlet passes, tape to tape. A good quick wrister. That stick to the corner. Now behind the net is where it caroms. Now to the near corner. 10:20 to go. The Rebels trying to get something going here, trying to sustain some possession as they did in that first period, but both teams scoreless in that first and thus far here in the second. Bringing it along, trying to create a gap. Here comes Thorson, full speed. He enters the zone, loses an edge. He's bracketed defensively, and back will come the other way with Aberwald. Aberwald has some juice going right now, and now it's poke checked off his stick. As a result, his teammates are whistled for the offside with exactly 10 to go in the second period.
Yeah, nice job by Stringfield to be able to kind of make that mark at the blue line, and Aberwald pulled it back once he gained the zone, and offsides as Ron came in.
Mention a rarity for the Huskies. They scored just 1 goal in their last 2 games. Been outscored 6-1. The lone goal for the Huskies was scored by Thorson. But I'll tell you, that Rogers team is a team that's going to be reckoned with. They are a tough team, as was Benilde St. Margaret. In the corner now, the Rebels look for some spacing. And they get that top line back out there with Aberwell. The shot that goes through the slot. Oh, it looked like that was an ideal opportunity to redirect. Now in front, charging on the backside and trying to deflect in. Could not do. That was an attempt by Williams. Save a couple of them now as Altman gets another look. Sets it up. Big blast, and this one is secured. No rebound. Nice done. Well done by Bo Altman.
Yeah, really nice job. You had mentioned, Joe, the Rogers Royals. They're in Champlin Park's Section 5, along with Maple Grove, Centennial, Osseo, and Mounds View, all in the top 30 in the QRF rankings. And this will be just a murderer's row as far as it comes to the section.
Good look on that replay on just the flexibility and that quick pad save. It extended that pad just enough. Good look. Here comes Yell moving in. A wrister tried to go top shelf. Flashing the leather once again. Making that save was new, but I like the speed and just that score ability you can tell with Macklin Yell.
Yeah, you can see right here, right inside the circle, right into the glove. And you can see both goalies' confidence level. This their body language. You know that this is, when they score, it's going to be a well worth it goal.
Dahl cleared out of the face-off, and Yell will step in. Charging through to hold possession initially was Solomon, unable to hold possession. It's sent back through. Getting there first will be Warren for Champlin Park. Reversing in the corner, now almost going right into Dahl. With the Rebels defenseman. Warren comes out, carries it up to center ice, and chipped ahead to the corner, and we'll get an ice.
Yeah, not a lot of time, but both teams have done a nice job of just kind of setting up in one and done opportunities and getting it out of the zone. See the top line coming back on for the Huskies.
Shots on goal here in this far. After we have 8:38 to go in the second period, 15-12 in favor of the Rebels. Controlling top of the face-off circle. Thorson on the one-timer, set up to Casey, misses the net. Goes to the half wall on the deflection. Casey gathers the puck just outside the blue line. Now feeds it to Thorson, and they're going to call the offside as coming in a little late to get back on side was Conway, but good vision, good idea that time by Casey.
Yeah, nice job by Matthew Blatchett to tie up Conway so he couldn't get out of the zone. That was a nice defensive play.
Outside the blue line here, face-off control to Andover. There's Thorson. Thorson will circle. Put it on the stick of Conway. Conway now puts it back to Thorough, and chance there on Thorson on a little give and go and back again. One-timer there, quick wrister. Pinching in on that far side. That was May, but now it finds its way through the neutral ice and back onto the stick. Once again, it's May Robinson. Just under 8 to play. In the second period, both teams looking to break that goose egg. Moving it up now, a long stretch pass. Getting to that puck first will be Thorson, but unfortunately it gets by the end line first. So we'll get the ice.
They had it kind of mapped out. It just hit the wrong edge of the puck.
Wins this season for Champlin Park. They had a 6-3 win over Egan on their season opener. Then they lost to Woodbury 5-2. Put together now 3 straight wins. 5-2 over Forest Lake, 5-1 over Spring Lake Park, and a 9-2 drenching of Coon Rapids. 4-1, good spot. I'm sure Coach Potter happy with this stop for the Rebels. We'll hear more about that in Jim's interview. here at the second intermission. 7.5, trying to center, scores! Put it right on the stick of Ron. Jordan Ron puts it top shelf just by Altman, but he had the good look. It was a tape-to-tape pass.
Yeah, that was Aberwally down beneath, or right behind the goal, and just got out and absolutely put it right on, like you mentioned, right on the tape of Ron. Ron, goal scorer.
He beat Altman on the stick side. They had enough time.
Really, nice job by Coach Potter to notice the fourth line out there, put his top line in.
Gorowski was there as well, and Westman just missing to deflect that puck. 1-0 lead for the Rebels. Goal number 8 on the season for Ron. And it is Aberwald on the assist. His 7th apple of the season for Aberwald. Cross ice now, Thorson. Thorson fakes the pass, the poke checked off of his stick, carrying in. That was a nice defensive play by Bellison. Skates in, now back behind, and the Rebels seem to have a continued spark going here. Conway now carries out, tries to saucer pass it up ahead to Thorson. That's disrupted at the blue line, carrying across center ice, sending the shot on. Altman makes that save. In the corner now, and a breakout opportunity. This is fluttered back in, dangerous. One of those dangerous fluttering shots by Anderson that found its way to Altman, who had to make a short hop pad save. 6:20 to go. Huskies send it to an open area, and the Rebels are there first to send it right back in again.
Huskies need to get a whistle here.
Extended shift here for the first line and the defense as well. Here's a shot taken, save secured, and that's what Altman will do. He'll hold on to the puck, freeze it, so they can get some line changes, fresh legs and skates out there. And Altman doing a great job between the pipes tonight. Came into the goals against of 2.33 and a save percentage of .930. Meanwhile, on the other end, you have Cohen, 3-0, goals against of 2.33. He has a career record of 14-10-1 for the Rebels. Does new.
We're not tracking block shots, but I'm going to guess that it's probably a 3-1 margin that the Rebels are out marking the Huskies as far as block shots.
Oh, they're doing a fantastic job and having to work for every quality look. Under 6 to play. It's a 1-0 lead. That's an even strength goal for Jordan Ron and the Rebels. Assisted by Aberwald. Both teams have had their opportunities with the man advantage. Both teams 3 apiece on the power plays and 0 for 3. Deflected back behind. Rebels will try to work behind their goal. But good pressure here as the Rebels taking it up a notch in terms of tempo. Ron back on the ice, whistles this one up high. Having to make the save was Altman. Probably had trouble seeing that. A lot of traffic in front. But he made the save, gave up a bit of a rebound, but
it looked like it almost went off his cage. That came in, and are the youth nights.
Rebels fans, as you can see, a packed Rebels crowd here tonight on the Champlin Park side, and on the Andover side starting to fill in as well. You can see a youth night celebration here. They're enjoying the Rebels' 1-0 lead over last year's Class 2A state champion, the Andover Huskies. Behind now, trying to center a deflection. Oh, he's dangerous when you've got a cutter coming in on that centering pass. Now, trying to keep it alive. Here's a scoring opportunity. Whistling this one wide of the mark that time by the Huskies. Getting there first will be Martin. Martin Karam's back. He's doing battle, also pinching in. The Huskies trying to get some mojo going of their own as we're under 5 to play. Sauer converges on the puck and collides with Carlson at the half wall. The puck finds its way behind the net, and that's where the Rebels will lead it out. Skating in is Lang. He'll send a wrister to the corner. Controlled and settled. Now a backhand to the half wall. Trying to poke check it out. It was near the blue line. Holding the zone. The shot deflects over top of the net. The initial shot there was taken by Simonson, but the Rebels still controlling. Both teams are at full strength, but I'll tell you, the Rebels got a little moxie going right now and holding possession of that puck in the Andover end and just really moving that puck around tape to tape. Now Sauer comes in, tries to get around the fence, holds on to the puck a little too much, and here comes Carlson, drop pass, high slot, shot, goal! Beautiful setup and a drop pass. And the Rebels have taken a 2-0 lead on a goal by Peterson.
Yeah, nice snipe by Peterson, as you mentioned. 3-on-2. Huskies got a little sloppy in the defensive end as Sauer and his line dropped, and right there goes against the grain a little bit as Peterson puts one right over the stick of Altman.
Under 4 to play now here in the second period, and the Rebels have jumped out 2-0. And you're right, Jim, he went against the grain. Again, stick side is where they went to pick up that goal against Altman. Carlson gets the assist. It was a beautiful dime on that drop pass. You can see it all kind of develop. And it all kind of started that time as Sauer tried to bring that puck in. Pickpocketed there by the Rebels, and then they had the spacing, and that drop pass was the perfect dime. It set it up for Peterson. Deflected as Conway tries to do something with it. Peterson has it back, skates out, Blodgett there, charges in. He'll get to the corner after deflection off the pads. Casey now again has the blue line, gains it there over to Thorson. Thorson tries to go low side. Glove side, unable to convert. Extending his pads was new to make that save, and we'll get an icing on the Rebels with 3:08. So the Huskies try to reciprocate with a quick rush and a burst. But what I've seen tonight is that the Rebels are sustaining their pressure.
Yeah, and they are. And they're just not allowing the Huskies to get any penetration inside close to New, and New is able to clear that out. So not unlike a normal Champlin Park team who's just very good defensively.
Stringfellow takes the shot, but it hits traffic out in front of the faceoff circle. Williams takes a dive for it, and you can tell that this Rebels team has been energized by each goal. It seems like it's been elevating and amplifying their performance. A drop pass by Ron puts right on the stick of Sullivan, and he sends it down deep, and now will give chase. The Rebels will work it out. Good weaving up ahead now to Williams. Clean passes all the way out. A wrister here deflects to the corner. I love the clean coming out. There's a lot of movement and motion by the Rebels. And as they brought it out of their end, there were like 3 passes, tape to tape, right on the mark. And the Rebels really have that flow going.
Yeah, and the Huskies, really, their skates are heavy right now. They're just not moving like we've seen them in the past. But give credit to these Rebels. They're taking the fight to the Huskies.
Off the face-off, pinching in, sending it along the board. The Rebels now back behind. Peterson looks to center. That's deflected. They had a cutter moving in that time. That was Bernovic. The puck comes back out. Here comes Thorson. Look out. He's always dangerous. Kind of a turn and burn and a shot, but it deflects to the corner after that attempt by Conway. Rebels come back again. Bernovic takes the shot, gloving it as some company was coming via Peterson for the Rebels. And Altman says, let's just hold on to this puck. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Twos are wild.
Yeah, you had mentioned
it's a 2-0 lead.
Martin's goal. Carlson got the assist, and also Bernovic gets the second assist. Will Bernovic with the second assist. That's his 8th point of the season.
That was just a goal where you see so much movement and motion, and that drop pass was just couldn't have been the more perfect set up now in front, and it's sent across to the corner as Altman had to come out of the goal and disrupt a shot attempt there. Casey back the other way. Thorson lifts this one, flutters to the corner, looks for the rebound, trying to pinch in, now has to quickly get back. The Husky defense, Williams has it. Williams dangles there, sends it through the crease. Now a redirect that just goes back behind the net and misses a back door. Conway carries in, gains the line, drop pass. Thorson tries to hit down below. On the doorstep, looking for the back door was Cogswell. Thorson is an elbow there, and a wrister just missing, and that was a snipe again. Another snipe, that time by Conway, and New in the right spot, the right time, was squared up to make that save.
You know, the Raptors are getting a lot of looks as New continues to make a save, and the Husky, whoever shoots it, looks up into the rafters, and that was right there again, frustrating that first line, trying to make that extra pass and then putting it on. Give it credit. I mean, every Huskies is covered up. I mean, there's just not a lot of room for the Huskies to move around.
And New doing a great job of, if any, minimizing any rebounds at all.
Yep.
1:24 before the end of period number 2. Stringfellow takes this shot. It hits traffic at the face-off circle, and now carrying out an odd man rush, 3-on-2 for the Rebels. Peterson, half wall, sets it up. Dorsett, reflection. Now coming back in to try to go top shelf over the top of the net, and a shot by Peterson. In front, that shot is saved. Altman makes the save. Another shot follow-up. Another poke prod in front, continuing to get it through. And initially looked as though he signaled that we got a whistle and a stoppage of play. Initially, the official, it looked like, had indicated a goal, but none to be had. And Altman, I'll tell you, playing on his melon to keep that puck out of the net.
Yeah, the Huskies just not covering up. They got to start getting physical. There's too many open shots and open looks. Altman's not getting the help that he needs right now.
And here's a look at Altman coming through. First initial save. Again, you can see that loose puck almost there. I thought that was in. I'm looking at that replay and still fired up about that. Wow. They are firing the biscuit and bringing some heat to Altman. Under a minute to play. Second period. At that far point now, Anderson. His shot deflected to the corner, recircling. It's each goal or each shift. It looks like the Rebels have been invigorated with more and more energy. A backhand swat to the corner. Now to the near corner with 30 seconds to go in the second period. A first period that saw a total of 6 penalties whistled. We've had none here in the second. 20 seconds jamming in that corner, trying to poke and prod it loose. And finally we get a whistle.
And Ron's going to go for another penalty, I think. Yeah, cross check. Ronald, that's his third penalty.
And of course, Thorson has a couple of words. And we'll set it here. You know, one thing too, we talk about the scoring punch for the Huskies. Well, last year too, I know on the blue line, they lost a couple of valuable blue liners in Weston Knox and Law. Both graduated, but those two could skate that sheet of ice and also so strong and physical in front of the net.
Yeah, and especially during the power play, Kyle Law would set up residence right there. We'll see what we've got this last 18 seconds for the Huskies.
Controlled now in front. Casey puts another shot on, easily blocked there. Another shot blocked again and deflected out in front. Casey gloves the puck, sets it down. Still a chance here. Another shot by Thorson that lost speed and then found its way to the corner. When we resume and take it over and come back in that third period, the Huskies will have a $1:42 remaining on their power play. We are at the end of 2 complete. 2-0 lead for the Rebels over the Andover Huskies. As we go to intermission, as we do that, Jim Giles had a chance to speak with the Rebels head coach Tom Potter.
I'm here with head coach Tom Potter of the high-flying 4-1 Champlin Park Rebels. Tom, coach, hey, great start to the season. Secrets to the success, you've got a veteran crew. What are you seeing from your team?
Yeah, just a lot of hard work. I mean, they're committed to what we're trying to do here and the culture we're trying to create. And it's just a team that works their butts off, you know. We really respect our leadership that we have right now, and they're helping lead our young guys that we have on the team this year, and it's really paying off for us here early in the year.
Great. So you guys have basically outscored your opponents 2-1. Really, first 2 lines are excellent. What can you tell me a little bit about what we're going to see tonight against Andover?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of that too. I mean, we put Ron and Williams and Aberwald back together like they were last year, and we just trying to find different things, different combinations that are going to work for us throughout the year. And then with the Bernavik line, it's going to be a hard-working line that's going to be really hard to play against in the corners and bring us some offense, but also be really solid defensively. So those two lines are great for us. And then we got a couple of young guys on the third line and some guys that are really contributing on those lower two lines that are helping us be as deep as we are this year.
Tonight, you could take it on the defending state champions. It's a rival, Northwest suburban rivalry. Keys to success tonight for you guys?
Just keep moving our feet. Stay on them. Play physical. I mean, that's like you said, defending state champs, right? Everybody loves to kind of take on the former number one, and Mark Manning's got a great group over there of coaches and players, and our key is just we got to keep moving our feet tonight. Stay out of the box. And put a lot of pucks on their goalie. You keep putting pucks on the goalie, he's going to get tired and going to give us an opportunity to get some rebounds, bang home some rebounds, and maybe score some goals tonight.
Coach, your best of luck tonight. That's Coach Tom Potter of the 4-1 Champlin Park Rebels. We'll be back for more action after this.
Welcome to Dreamers Vault Games. My name is Joe. We specialize in card games, board games, and tabletop miniatures. I'm Joe Wickland. I'm the manager at the Champlin Dreamers location. Dreamers Vault Games, we have 5 locations: Minneapolis, South St. Paul, Burnsville, Champlin, and St. Louis Park. So we offer all the different major games, whether it be the RPGs, miniatures, card games, stuff like that. We supply all the different accessories as well. But yeah, and then we have a game room, the main game room, and then a main card room, and then a miniatures game room as well. And then we do have 2 private rooms as well for like RPGs and stuff like that. So just continue to do business, expand our clientele. We got a lot of regulars. We just keep adding to our regular base throughout the year. So we got a great community, several different communities too for miniatures and cards and RPGs and stuff. So a lot of some of the programs that we have here too are run by the community itself. So we definitely want to welcome everybody in, and if they got ideas and want to promote some events and stuff, we definitely welcome that. We try to offer events and space for basically anybody else that wants to come up start their games too. I think it's definitely the social aspect. Again, we try to provide a great atmosphere, and you know, people have great experiences when they come in, just doing the events and stuff like that. So you might not get that same experience out of online gaming. I know like Magic has Arena and stuff like that online, Pokemon does too, but just coming in and being around other people. Of all the game stores around, I mean, we definitely pride ourselves in customer service, providing place to play, the different events and stuff like that. We're very active with the different communities, and I mean, that's what we're trying to build, is a bigger and better community for all the gamers. So, but yeah, otherwise we try to carry a good wide array of just the different games.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Today is exciting. It's our first ever holiday artisan market. So we have 20 craft vendors who have signed up to bring their handcrafted items to Champlin and surrounding areas. And so it's just basically a day for shopping.
It was great to bump into Alicia at the Holiday Artisan Market, located at the brand new Mississippi Crossings Event Center. The Holiday Market is just the beginning, as Champlin has many exciting events planned for the Mississippi Crossings. Hey, so Alicia, what else can people look forward to at the Event Center?
Well, you know, it's really a dual purpose facility. It's obviously available primarily for rentals. So you could do, you know, milestone birthdays, anniversary parties, groom's dinners, small wedding receptions. And then it will be supplemented by city-sponsored events, such as this artisan market, or coming up in December, we'll do a tree lighting and Santa will be here. And you'll just see a variety of different community events up here throughout the different months.
So if you missed the Holiday Artisan Market or the tree lighting ceremony, no worries. Be sure to stay tuned to QCTV for all the info on next year's festivities.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove. You told me not to do drugs. You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why did you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Champlin Sinclair is the oldest operating business in Champlin, serving its citizens for over 70 years and are one of the last gas stations in the country that offer to fill their customers' gas for them.
That's a direct result of not too much money. And when upgrading the pumps to have them accept credit cards, there wasn't the $50,000 that was needed. So we continued to come out and pump your gas, and we never really thought that self-serve would take hold. So we just continued to do it.
And even in the winter, you guys will come out?
Oh, especially, yeah.
And after stopping by to fill up the tank, it is no secret how this one small gas station has been in business for as long as they have.
Willpower. And then my wife making me come to work every day, that's important.
Personable service goes a long way in keeping returning customers, and driving past the infamous dressed-up dinosaur out front never fails to leave a smile on someone's face.
I do, and I love every bit of it. I love people having something to smile about. Many years ago, on a pretty wild Minnesota winter, I knitted him a scarf, and it just mushroomed from there. When Valentine's Day came around, I went to the dollar store and covered him in hearts, and it never stopped since then, which has been probably 15, 18 years now I've been dressing him. Probably now I'm about twice a month I change his costume. So I usually do holidays and just something to make people smile. Well, I did one for one of our employees got married, and I made him into a groom for their happy wedding. I've enjoyed doing it for the Scouts. I like when the Scouts come and decorate him and make big badges for him. I like to highlight local things like Father Hennepin Festival. I love having little children come here and take their picture. A couple times I've had little children leave their toys here, and I think in my mind they want to play with him and leave their toy here for him to see. And then later, a day or two later, they'll come back and get their toy back. So I know it was just loaned and I don't need to take it away. Well, I'd just like to say I'm always open to suggestions and new ideas. So if you have a good idea, just drop it off. I'd love to find something new to put on for a custom.
Any lasting words about the business?
Lasting, that's what we are, lasting. Sheer determination.
And just one more thing in parting. Yes, my garage is full of costumes.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Ice Forum in Champlin Park as the Rebels are hosting the Class 2A state champions from last year, the Andover Huskies. The Rebels have a 2-0 lead, but let's take a look at the formula that's led to that 2-0 lead for the Rebels.
Yeah, one of the big things right now is shots on goal. 23-14 after the second period. 14-6 in that second period in favor of the Champlin Park Rebels. Penalties are even. Shots against, power play 0-0, and something that we had mentioned at the end of the first period. Special teams real important to make sure that the Huskies get a chance to get their power play rolling.
Well, getting a look here at the scoring opportunities by the Rebels as they tallied and took the lead. Not before the Huskies had some chances to try to capitalize on a major that finished there, but some good goaltending also by Altman. Good glove save, and here's the opportunity on the backhand goal out front. There's a setup, no one to help clean up, and on the back door is Ron, who scores, assisted by Aberwal. That's the first goal of the game. Second one, beautiful setup here. You can see that drop pass and sending it across the green and lighting the lamp was Peterson, and that gave the Rebels a 2-0 lead. Huskies will start this third period with a power play opportunity. 1:40 to go as it's another penalty whistled on Ron, his third penalty of the game. Huskies have not been able to take advantage with that top goal scorer on the bench during the penalties here for the Rebels. Holding the far point now. Let's see if they can get the jump start going here. Thorson, they get this power play opportunity with 1:15 to go. He takes a shot, but seeing it all the way, and now Stringfellow puts a shot to the face of the Rebels defense, and no penalty will be called. I think some of the fans here maybe thought that was coming. I think frustration there by Stringfellow, but there's Thorson with that initial shot. Stringfellow was right there on the doorstep, got nudged in the back and retaliated.
Yeah, took one right off the kidney. That one leaves a mark. Turned around and luckily he didn't get whistled.
Thorson will take this face-off. They'll go against Bernavec. Bernavec has an assist tonight. Off the glass, Ward here holding the zone, far point. Is Casey. Casey now drops it off. Another Whistler coming straight in on for that shot. Not a lot of puck rotation on this power play here for the Huskies. And deflects back, forcing Casey all the way back, and then Huskies into the ice. He'll start it up ice now to Thorson. Thorson trying to speed right by, now cut in front, moved off of his stick. Nice play defensively there for the Rebels as Andover still has 40 seconds left on the power play. Trying to set it back out front. This one leaks through and way through the neutral zone, forcing Casey and Andover back to set up the man advantage from behind their own net. 25 seconds as they get some fresh skates out. Yell back out there for Andover along with Dahl. Dahl now picks it up. Oh, he is given a shoulder right at the blue line. Picked right back up, and 10 seconds left. Search to the puck. The Rebels, and they dispense it length of the ice, and that will kill the penalty. Nice job by the Rebels. The Rebels come in 4-1, and a stretch pass here ahead to Sauer at the blue line. Sauer trying to simply take it in deep. There's always that gap time, Jim, in between the penalty expiring and getting another person out, and the Huskies were trying to optimize that opportunity. Aberwald here deflects, now gets it back on a stick, but whistled for the offside. As that time was number 6 trying to come in behind that Olsen.
Yeah, Olsen. Brody Olsen, the junior, continues. You know, the passing of Aberwal his vision on the ice is excellent. He's had a couple of nice drop passes. He's got one assist already, but just really nice job with his vision.
Well, Lyle moves it up, and then it's dispensed into the Andover bench. 14:52. Andover trying to get back above 500. They're at 3-3 I mentioned they've been outscored they've outscored their opponents by 1 goal this season, 20-19. As when you win that state championship, everybody likes to play their best game once you come to town, and the Rebels are doing an outstanding job even before the Huskies came to their backyard pond here in Champlin Park in the Ice Forum. 14 and change to go here in this third period. The Rebels trying to move in. It rolls off the stick. That was of Olsen. Now back behind, mixing it up and trying to get the advantage. Warren pinches in to put it right back at half wall. Deflection comes out. Good look shot. Save is made on the stick and pad save. Another shot is made and suffocating that puck and freezing it for the face-off is Altman.
Altman, yeah, another nice job. Warren did a nice job defensively to be able to pinch it, like you mentioned, put it on net. Big rebound that comes out right here. Huskies did a nice job of covering up. Warren again throws it back on, and smart decision by Altman to just hold on to that puck.
Well, you mentioned earlier in the game, I'd love to see the stat on block shots. Long, elongated pass to the corner, just missing, trying to connect to the corner there to Casey. That was Thorson. Half wall, chipping in, trying to put some pressure on, but the Rebels carry it out. Deflected at center ice. Left right there. Well, Stringfella, and now Thorson picks it up at the blue line. Sends a pass across, and it was on the stick of the Rebels defender. Reciprocating the rush is Peterson. He comes in deep. Cogswell gets there first to circle it around the board, and now out. On the stick of the Rebels. Carrying in was Ron, and whistled for the offside.
So
I've got an interest to go ahead, Jim.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I have an interesting need to know by Joe tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
I can't wait for
this is not necessarily hockey related, but did you know tonight on the need to know, I hit 19 straight lights. You know, there's a thing called the Zygon effect. The Zygon effect is the positivity with it. And I was in a zone. It was like a runway for me. I felt I had a controller on it. And I picked up the puck or the car at just outside of Lowe's, taking it right on Main Street. Hit all of those lights in sequence. I mean, I want to applaud the city planners from Andover to Coon Rapids, all the way from Anoka into Champlin Park. They must have handed off the baton. And I hit everything, including that left on Main Street, just as a green light came, and I was able to circulate through. I was like in the zone. It was like, what? This is frightening, scary. But that's my need to know. 19 green lights I hit on the way here.
Well, that's very impressive, Joe. And I'm sure, I'm sure that they know your car, and you're kind of royalty around here. You're probably.
It was so funny because I'm always asking myself, how many lights did I get before I hit that red one? And I kept one, but it was just funny. I thought, well, they have this thing marked out in the cadence for the city planners that were just to the T. Congrats to all the city planners who all put that together for my 19, that's my longest 19 green light streak. So back to the game. Thanks for putting up with that need to know. That was more of a nuts to know, but I thought it would be awesome to share it. I told Taylor before the game, I just couldn't believe it. It was like I was on a runway. Back at it now as we're under 12 to go. The Huskies trying to get a little mojo going and a little moxie. Rebels have the 2-0 lead. Gaining the line, taking the shot. It's deflected to the corner. And remind me to tell you more about that Zygonic effect. Yes. Up ice now. Pitchforked. Puck is pitchforked through the neutral zone by the Rebels all the way back to the Huskies end of the ice. Scurrying back quickly and working it up is Belisle.
Huskies have made a little change with their front line. They've got Yell, Thorson, and Casey together.
Yeah, good time to try to mix things up here as we get to that 11:20 mark and caught up in the breezers of Thorson.
He was stealing that puck, yep.
Goal scorers, I mean, you look at Caden Casey, 52 career goals, 132 points total. Thorson, 50 goals, His career, 88 assists, 138 points. And yeah, you're right. They sometimes need to mix up the combination, and they've moved Macklin Yale up for this period and see if he can bring a spark to that first line. Cogswell disrupts the play. Drop ahead. Now here's a chance for Thorson. He'll be first to the puck as he rushes into the corner. Cutting to the front. There's a shot by Yale, deflected high in the air, and there's a cutting right to the net and crashing. Thorson is sent to the ice by New, and Thorson wanted a penalty. The Rebels fans enjoyed that. Here comes Thorson again, straddles the blue line, goes to the corner, and recircles to the, trapped in the corner by the Rebels defense as he was trying to move it behind the net. Coming over to help out, holding the zone is May. Nice job, sends it back behind. Thorson is there to deflect. Rebels try to clear, cannot, holding that far point, sending it back around again. The Huskies and Stringfellow. Finally able to move it beyond the blue line. You can kind of tell the tempo, the pace, and the sense of urgency here now. A shot there and almost a redirect. As the pace of the play and the intensity here picked up a couple of layers and gears by the Huskies with 10:03 to go in this third period.
Yeah, what a great job. Here's that little push by New. So right on this last rush, what a great job by Austin Anderson, the defenseman, to get in front of that pass, looking out front by the Rebels.
Jim, that looked like you during the Thanksgiving Day meal when somebody tried to get up for an extra dose of mashed potatoes. Not in my backyard. Yeah. Hard check there. You can see Ron and the Rebels trying to pick up the physicality of this game as they are trying to lock things up also whenever they can in the neutral zone. But Huskies have this one flutter high through the neutral zone. Another pitchfork fluttering puck through the neutral zone by the Rebels. Dahl has it, holding on, deflected. It rolls to the corner. Conway sent it to that corner. He's working the line now with Dahl. Behind the red line, no icing, waved off. Getting there first again was Belial. Brings it along the board and losing the edge just as he was ready to make a push-up ice. The Huskies, Sullivan. Long drops it here. Entering and gaining the line. Picked up, and that's Carlson. Carlson with an assist on the second goal of the game for the Rebels. A beautiful drop pass that set up the goal for Peterson. Now under 9 to play. The Huskies trail by 2. And there's a chance, lofting it by Sullivan. It's got to be near the end of his shift, but he's going to burn those legs to try to get there first. And icing the call.
A little bit more back and forth action. You can see the Huskies with a little bit more desperation and urgency, as you had mentioned. Like the physicality that the Rebels are putting on. They're just, it's a hard-nosed team.
Rebels trying to lock things up here in that neutral zone and slow the pace down as well. And when they get into the end, they're not in any rush to really try to put a shot on them, or so send it to the corner. This is deflected through the neutral zone, and another rush here as Thorson is there. Thorson a little late to the puck. A backhand, he missed on a check. But the Rebels bring it out to neutral ice, and a touch pass ahead to May. May takes it to the corner, sticks it along. He gets it now to Casey. Centering shot there. Now Thorson had an opportunity there, but you can see that they are stacking defenders in that zone. High check. Both players collide. Blodgett along with May, and they'll get a whistle for the ice after the contact was made at center ice, but it was by the Rebels who kind of ushered it down for that ice. 8:08 to go. Certainly not a lack of physicality here in the third period, Jim. As
it's picked up.
Rebels taking it to another notch. May on a big wrister, looks for the rebound, and Thorson just missed. But again, it's Yell on that line, and you can tell he's been crashing that net, trying to create those opportunities. Ice by the Rebels one more time, and faceoff will come all the way back into Rebels under the ice next to New as officials having a conversation. As
well, you can see
I'm trying to see if they did end up. I don't think they called it. No, they did not.
No, Williams just lost an edge down there with May.
They're going to end up taking his face off at center ice.
Maybe a discussion on who got there. And
next up, meanwhile, for Champlin Park, he'll be taking on Centennial.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, what Centennial off to a great start as well.
We got St. Louis Park, and then they play Rosemount and then Hillmurray. A chance now, moving shot. Almost a good opportunity, good save. A power wrister that time by Westman. Almost got by New, but he's been solid. 7:20 to go. Dahl tries to redirect it, goes off the glass just in front of us. Westman heads it back, and now on the stick of Dahl. Dahl to Westman. Westman bracketed there, moving in. Here come the Huskies on a shot, cutting off, trying to seal off and make that hard cut. That was Conway, but he's turned away. The Rebels hustling back, deflected by Williams. And in Pardo puts a backhand right onto the stick of Williams, but it's deflected. Coming over to help out that time was Cogswell to send it back to Pardo. Not out of the end. There's a good look. Everwell puts a shot off the post. He had beaten Altman stick side, but hit the inside of that post. It ricocheted to that far wall. 6:30 to go. Penalty is coming up here. And this is, I think it's going to go against the Rebels. Is it? I saw a collision behind, but the fans were standing up.
It's like a rough going to 20 to Larson.
Yep, there it was. He came in from the back there and laid some lumber in. Evan Larson Jr. picks up the penalty. And I think we're going to get coincidental minors.
Ron can get a change of address because he's been living in that box all night.
I'm interested to see if they'll go 4-on-4 because you can see right behind the play there was some more stuff, and
it's like,
well, yeah, Ron picks up. Is this his fourth or fifth trip to the sin bin?
It is his fourth trip.
The officials trying to calm things down in
11 minutes worth of penalties.
I think they're going to keep. Well, they still haven't put up the other penalty. Right now, the lone penalty is still on Andover, and they trail 2-0.
Yeah, they took the other one down, so it'll be coincidental minors. So they'll skate 5 aside.
Thorson having a discussion with the officials as Huskies looking to find a way to get the spark going and hit that switch.
So Ron with the unsportsmanlike conduct, Larson with a rough. Oh, they are gonna go 4 aside.
So as we look after that play and trying to catch and see, it looked as though Ron, after that whistle had blown, looked like he was going to try to whip that stick and get after it, and he pulled back on it, but I think the officials took exception to that action. That may have been the unsportsmanlike conduct. They are still trying to figure out the situation here in the penalties category as
it's 4-on-4. 6:22 left in this game. The Huskies, you wonder if they don't look at pulling somebody early.
Yeah, there's just some confusion. They've put up both of the penalties on the one side instead of put them up both under the Rebel side. They typically, when they have that 4-on-4, you'll have the penalty and the clock still running, so you can get an indication of when that 4-on-4 ends versus coincidental minors. 6:22 to go, and hey, Andover also getting it going after this one. The season just starts to kind of get it more and more active. Face off, not able to hold the zone. It eludes the stick of May, forcing the Huskies back with 6 and change to go, and they trail 2-0. 4-on-4, good opportunity here for the Huskies to cut into this 2-goal deficit. Thorson has it, enters the zone, takes a quick wrister, tries to go 5-hole, trying to come in to disrupt play and try to get a rebound with Stringfellow, but he's tied up.
Yeah, my guess is we're going to see this line, at least Thorson and Casey out there for most of it.
Stringfellow will come out, and Macklin Yell comes in. Switches out a bit on this 4-on-4. They'll reset and drop this puck. Exciting game. Hey, great to bring it your way on QCTV Thursday Night Lights. Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs and the whole QCTV crew. May inside the blue line. There's Thorson trying to redirect was Casey. He's standing in front. Casey charges to the corner. The Rebels send it to the near corner. Move it up ice. Neutral zone. Deflected high. And now onto the stick of Thorson. Thorson with that speed over to Casey. Into the corner. Rebels whip it along the board. Unable to hold the zone with the 4 players. May was cheating over to the near side. Here's a wrister deflected into the netting. We'll get a stoppage of play with 5:30 to go. And still about a minute left on a 4-on-4.
Yeah, the bench will be pretty short. You'll see a lot of Thorson and Casey and Conway and Dahl right now for the Huskies, and I'm sure that we'll see the excellent Warren and Bellison on defense for the Rebels.
Scurrying over now for the Rebels. That was Aberwald, but now it's on the stick of Stringfellow. He reverses a couple of times and now moves straight up ice. Pass attempt up here to Conway. Conway then gets it back to Dahl. Dahl takes a shot off the stick. Huskies are getting that much closer, but still have not been able to get anything by New. And then all the way back is Stringfellow. He's shadowed by Aberwald. Stringfellow, far side, carries in, top of the face-off circle. Whistle, pad, save, kicked out. Trying to move back to protect that line was Westman, and he holds and helps. Conway's going to get a look. Nope, it's diffused and taken off of his stick at the face-off circle. Back will come the Rebels, and deflection by Bernavec goes to the corner. Dahl now regains control. Back at full strength, both teams cross ice. A chance here on the back end, tucked away under the pad and stick save of New, but what an explosive play by Thorson. A nice cross-rink pass. Good hands, controlled it, cut in front, made a fierce cut, and tucked it away in that sock drawer.
Yeah, you knew that it wasn't going to be too long before Thorson had some kind of impact on this game. That one, nice job of just getting around New.
Beautiful play. When he got that puck on that outside, you just knew that he would have that explosive cut right in front, and New did everything he could to prevent that goal, including trying to extend the pads, but it's a 2-1 lead. Back comes Thorson. A chance to quickly tie. He missiles this one just off the mark. There's that firepower. The Huskies break that goose egg and cut into this deficit and cut it in half to just 1 goal now with 4 and change to go here in the third period. All set up. That was a beautiful cross-rink pass to Thorson. For Thorson, picks up goal number 6 of the season. But here come the Rebels. Ron just inside the blue line, tucks it behind the net to Aberwald. He's It worked off his stick, and Thorson gets there to move it ahead. Thorson sent to the ice. We're going to get an elbowing penalty here on the Rebels. Casey skates in, trying to hit a cutting teammate on that end, unable to convert. That was the Cogswell. Altman is pulled. Extra attacker is on, trying to sweep around and tuck it by, but to no avail, and that was Casey on that attempt. So Huskies will get another power play opportunity. And even a broken clock is right twice a day. I've said that a couple of times, but it is now. The Huskies are so overdue for a goal. I have them for 1 for 27 on the season. Actually, 1 for 28.
We'll see this, if they take a timeout. They may take a timeout right now just to discuss, get your skaters a little extra blow, and also probably just make a decision on what time you pull Altman. Do you pull Altman during this?
Yeah, and you get the two-player attack. And look at the schedule coming up here for these teams. Andover, they'll host Wayzata on the 17th. That would be Saturday. And then on the 20th, they'll travel to Duluth East. 27th, a week later, a little Christmas break. They'll go back at Benilde St. Margaret. And then they are at Hill Murray after that on the 28th, and Rosemont on the 29th. Host Rosemont there. Champlin Park, as I mentioned, travels a little north to Centennial. Then they host St. Louis Park here at the Ice Forum on the 27th. Then at Rosemont on the 28th. Hill Murray on the 29th, and at Blaine on the 5th.
Yeah, what about Blaine? Boy, Blaine has really having a rough year this year. Uncharacteristic. But they're winless so far in section 7.
So they are, and you can see Coach Manny getting things together. Team getting ready to have that moment. And, all right. Build the moment and the time now, and the instructions set. Huskies been able to muster enough pressure here in this third period. They actually closed the shot on goal gap to just 2 now in favor of the Rebels. Faceoff will come just to the left of New in the Rebels' end, and the Huskies have the man advantage. Working it back before the Huskies again, trying to tie this up after the penalty to the Rebels. Thorson has it. Thorson takes the shot with traffic in front. There's Dahl in front trying to redirect. Another shot. Save again. Trying to sweep it under the garage door. That time was Thorson, and a beautiful save by New. Here's another shot. Straight on. Hits the deck. Now coming in for that rebound was Thorson. Directed and trying to clear the zone. Unable to do so. Holding the zone. Far point. Now it's Casey. Casey sets it in over the Dahl. Dahl looks up. Over the May, rather. And here's a wrister that's deflected high in the air and on the stick. And Casey is forced back through the neutral zone. 1:10 left on the power play for Andover, and 2:30 remaining in the game. The Huskies trail by a goal to the corner. That's May. Behind the net now to the near side. Casey exchanges spots with Thorson. Another block shot. I've got to say there's probably 6 or 7 block shots out front tonight. There's a chance winding up, redirected off as Brnovic, as I mentioned, has blocked at least 6 shots. Look for Casey. He tries to redirect and put this one in, trying to feed someone on the doorstep. In front, score! The Huskies have tied it. May with the game-tying goal with 1:57 remaining. They just kept working it in front. They cashed in on the loose change and fired it back at the net. May ties it up at 2 apiece. A power play goal still with 33 seconds remaining on that power play, and the Huskies have knotted it up at 2 apiece.
But what a difference this power play was. You had people crashing in the net. You see Stringfellow doing work right out there. There comes May right there, hits right onto his stick. And we haven't seen that tonight at all, where they have completely crashed that net. So great job by the Huskies.
And paying dividends, having that stick on the ice was May, and Huskies tie it up at 2-2. So Cooper Conway gets an assist, as does Stringfellow. And back behind now, tied up at 2 aside. Here's a good look. High slot that time, redirected back behind it. That now 90 seconds left in regulation and a 2-2 tie. Yell gets there first for Andover, tries to set it up ahead. Beautiful pass ahead. Westman skating in. Looks, shot, saved, turned away by New. Reciprocating the rush back the other way, just missing on that far point, and an opportunity to counter the attack were the Rebels, and we will have a face-off in the Rebels' end of the ice, missing that pass and
Jordan Ron did an outstanding job of tying up Westman on that. It was just a clinic. And
I got to give credit to that outlet pass by Yell. That was surgeon-like, just accurate. Trying to run on a check there, missing the Rebels, and they'll bring this along the board as we are approaching a minute to go in this. We said this thing would be an exciting and electric evening, and they have not disappointed. Losing an edge. Thorson in the corner, 50 seconds. Rebels will control and skate out. And now to the near side. Blodgett has it. Blodgett working near side, crashing in net, trying to put one by. Altman now in front, Hoking, Potty. Listen over it. I'm trying to pull the trigger in an open net, but to no avail. Having that opportunity was Bernovic, but he couldn't get the stick to it because the Huskies had tied it up. Now here comes Andover back on the rush up. Taken down, but no penalty. They're going to keep it rolling. Oh, they will call the penalty. We'll see if what this will be whistled with 20 seconds now, 19.4 seconds left. Wow. Tripping will be the call. Oh my. As Conway, now he's been given to. He just didn't show the poise there, as I know they were probably jaw-jacking with him, and he reciprocated, so that'll wipe off the penalty.
Yeah.
And the power play opportunity that the Huskies had, and the initial was when Olsen was being whistled for the trip for the Rebels.
Yeah, just
here's what happened after. Conway having a conversation with one of the players, and then puts his hand on the face mask, has a few words, and
hopefully it's not a 5-minute major for the Huskies.
They gave a 5-minute major earlier.
And it happened to him, I believe.
To Ron for the Rebels. That was more of a push to the face mask versus that grasping of that face mask. But that was going to leave an opportunity for Andover to go on the power play.
Yeah, so
they have a look here as.
Yeah, look right here. Watch Tristan May, right here, number 7. Watch him tie up Bernovic to not allow him to get that shot, and Altman playing without a stick. But May scores that goal and then makes a great defensive play down at the other end.
So they will now go 4-on-4. And the face-off will come into Champlin. The Rebels end of the ice.
Student section here for Champlin Park has been outstanding. They have been under the skin of the Huskies most of the night.
The Huskies erupt for 2 goals in the second period, in the last. Coming with just over 2 minutes remaining to tie it up, the goal by May.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now Coach Potter talking about why that wasn't a 5-minute major, as that happened to Ron in that first period, at the end of the first period. So good discussion right now. And it's funny, the referee that was closest to the trip didn't call it. As you had mentioned, you even said it doesn't look like it's a penalty. So
19 seconds left. This will serve the 4-on-4, and let's see, a face-off control. Worked out to center ice. Now a backhand by May ahead to Thorson. He'll try to work his way in. 5 seconds left. 4-3 and heading to the corner. Thorson tries to center it, and we will have bonus hockey. We'll keep it here. They'll have a quick meeting in about 90 seconds and drop the puck for the overtime.
We'll have a 3-minute break right now, and then I believe we go 9 minutes or 8 minutes for overtime.
They're going to look, and what they'll have is also, with this game tied at 2-2, this 4-on-4 can kind of mess up some of the shift changes as well. And so kind of curious to see what the combinations are going to be that they're going to go with here in this overtime. Both squads, and then you get a look at the head coach Mark Manny and assistants here. Look at it. Take a look at this time, a golden time for me not to talk about my 19 green light streak and go to the upcoming broadcast. It's the holiday concert. Champlin Park High School. Love to see that.
Absolutely.
Coming your way. And then we have girls basketball. Woodbury at Champlin Park. That's on the 21st. Girls basketball again. Had a chance to see the Huskies win over Osseo the other night. They have some scoring to the Huskies and some depth. Lakeville North will be at Andover. Lakeville North, one of the top teams in the state. And then girls hockey. Champlin Park Coon Rapids will travel to Andover to take on the girls Class 2A state champions, the Huskies. That is in 2023. Just think by that time, Jim, the days will be getting longer. We're almost to that threshold.
I know, yeah, that's exciting. And 23, maybe you'll hit 23 lights in 2023.
See that? That's karma.
Yeah.
So,
we had a chance to see not only Coach Manny as he cleaned his glasses, but Coach Barta, who was last year, I believe it was last year, was named assistant coach of Section 7, assistant coach of the year for Section 7. Just the right-hand person for Coach Manny, another Moorhead spud. Both grew up in Moorhead.
Coach Manny comes in, his career record at Andover, 219 wins, 124 losses, and 16 ties. Meanwhile, for the Rebels, Potter comes in with a career record of 62, 40, and 2. But you got to like the level of play in which Coach Potter has brought this Rebels game to as well. They 4-1 coming into tonight. And they had a 2-0 lead midway through this third period before the Huskies first struck. A goal by Thorson for Gavin Thorson, his 6th of the season. And then they tied it up just a little over 2 minutes to go. Did the Huskies on a power play goal by May Robinson. Kristen May Robinson. That is his second goal of the season.
Fiery overtime speech by Coach Potter. He's an alumni. He played for the Rebels. I think it was 2005, if I remember correctly, when, and he may be not that old, but I think it was 2005 when he played for the Rebels.
So ancient is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty old guy.
All right, they'll go the 8 minutes here for overtime. 4-on-4, sudden death. Here's Huskies control the faceoff, and May scoots in and passes it up ahead to Casey. Casey's backhand pass deflected, and now back the other way comes Williams. Williams shuffleboards it in, takes it to the corner, reacquaints himself with the puck there in the corner. Now a backhand outlet pass right to the tape of Thorson. Oh, he's so dangerous. Thorson tries a little dipsy-do move, and he gets by, and the puck ends up on goal with New.
So 8-minute overtime, 24 seconds in here. Back and forth action with this 4-on-4 on this Olympic-sized sheet of ice. It'd be nice to be back in the 17, 18-year-old when you can skate all day and not be tired.
And this adrenaline. Sometimes the adrenaline is worse for the parents and the fans and the broadcasters and then the players, because they're in that moment and on that focus. Belial is back there, but it's the ice whistle on the Rebels. So it's 2 goals for the Rebels. They took a 2-0 lead after 2 complete. A goal by Matthew Peterson. He lit the lamp. That was the second goal.
And Martin got the second goal as Ron got the first goal from nice pass from behind the net by Aberwal.
Sent back in by Belial. Headman pass. This is going to be icing again. Nope, they waved it off. They said that it was tipped. Just under 7 to play, but 45 seconds left on the 4-and-4. Let's see who's going to take advantage of the extra ice. Bellison sends it cross ice to Williams. Williams eludes a couple of checks, some stick work, then looks up, and so does the stick, and back the other way. Odd man rush immediately, but now it's evened up. A wrister by Thorson hits traffic. I got to tell you, I'm thinking at least a dozen block shots today by the Rebels. Back the other way, backhand on a zigzag, crisscross, give and go, and Thorson is checked off the puck. Sent back on, and the save made. Oh, and they're going to freeze the puck with 7 seconds to go. Altman.
I just felt it was time. He just looked up, saw Berninick right bearing down on him, decided it was time to freeze the puck.
Also get some fresh skates on the ice for both of these squads. Faceoff will come just to the right of Altman. Deflected, now top of the circle, sent back and tucked behind. Deflected on the near side by the Huskies, and up ice. Now both teams are back at full strength. Olsen, it's there just outside the blue line, sends it deep. He'll head over and make a change. We're approaching 6 to go. Trying to skid a pass through ahead. Now deflected, moving in. Huskies a chance for the winner. Stop, pop. The save is made. Oh my, losing the edge at the last minute as he tried to make that quick stop was Dahl, and he tried to tuck it around New, but New made an outstanding save.
Yeah, absolutely. Tries to get to his forehand, and it slips off and right into New.
On the defense, coming back there, and Evan Long, and that puck roll off the stick.
What great camera work we've had by the two camera operators right above the net.
Under 6 to play, 5:56. A quick tuck on that faceoff. Phillips scores! The Huskies win it 3-2 in a skate-off game-winning goal by Conway with 5:51 to go in overtime. The Huskies put up 3 unanswered goals in this. The skate-off game winner by Cooper Conway.
Yeah, he gets his own rebound as he comes in here, skates, takes it, actually whiffed on it. I thought he got his own rebound. He passes to himself and right over New's schedule. What a great game by Altman. Altman really kept the Huskies in this.
He did fan on that first attempt, but the second one he put it top shelf with the peanut butter and buried it. And the game winner comes just a couple of minutes into this overtime frame, and the Huskies come away with a much needed win and now are north of 500 at 4-3 in a tough loss for the Rebels, who put it all on the ice, jumping out to a 2-0 lead. But Andover gets the next 3 goals.